All right, I got another Crossverse battle today, and that's Gaara versus Crocodile from One Piece. I'm gonna make 8 videos today, and they're pretty much kind of like this, where the characters are like, it makes sense for them to battle each other because they have like similar powers and shit, right? Like Gaara and Crocodile, for example, this video, like how we do it, first scenario is gonna be in the Naruto verse, and then the second scenario is gonna be in the One Piece world. So in the first scenario, I got Gaara has strength over Crocodile. He's protecting his village from Crocodile invading, right? So he's gonna have, God damn, he's gonna have more. He's gonna be fighting harder for his people as Crocodile is a threat. And so the speed is Crocodile though. Crocodile can move like he moves like sand in the desert. That like when in the desert when the sand is blowing really fast, and then he moves like that kind of sand. Gaara is not that fast with this sand, not as fast as Crocodile. He can dematerialize and rematerialize in a quick fashion. But durability goes to Gaara. You saw what Gaara had on him. He has a sand shield around his body. So if Crocodile does try to cut him with some sand, he can still, defend against it a little bit. But endurance goes to Crocodile. Crocodile was in, fights with Luffy, fights in Marineford, where he was, he was finding multiple people too. Gaara can, kind of do that as well. But I just do believe because he's fighting like multiple people, he has more endurance than Gaara does. So intelligence goes to Gaara though. Gaara, at the age of 16 or 17, he became the Kazekage of the Sand Village, which is impressive. You can't be a fucking idiot to become a fucking leader of a village, right? So, I gave it to him there. But experience definitely goes to Crocodile. Crocodile's been a pirate for a long time. He even fought against Whitebeard. That's why he has the fucking scars to prove it. Close skills go to Crocodile. Crocodile likes to run up on people, hit him with his hook, and that hook has poison on it too. Gaara is not equipped to handle poison too much. Range skills go to Crocodile as well. Recoup goes to Gaara though. Because like he can repair his sand shield if he has to. Like if Crocodile ends up piercing it, if he don't hit him hard enough with his Sable's attack, he can repair his sand shield that he has on his skin. But I got the hacks for Gaara too, because he has the village there, and then he has the sand that is the special sand that actually does kind of move quick. And then he has some like remnants of Shikaku moves in his moveset. Like the arms of Shikaku, he can still use shit like that. Even when he was like taken out of his body and shit. I'm just making a video real quick.
Video?
Yeah.
That's cool. I mean, is this possible you can sit in a chair for us?
Yeah.
You're more than welcome to sit in a chair.
Yeah.
It's not right here. Appreciate it.
They're trying to fuck my video. But dick watches over there. But environment goes to Crocodile though. Like if it's in the sand village, right? You know, he can still go into the sand. He can hide. He could hide from Gaara and come upon him and play ninja against Gaara. If you know what I mean. He can pull a sneak attack on him in the desert. Gaara doesn't have, you know, the best. You know, he ain't a sage like Naruto is. He ain't the best at sensing other presences, and that's a fact too. Because he didn't know about the insects inside of the sand when he was fighting against Gaara. And I do believe Crocodile wins that way. You know, I'll say mid to high diff. Yeah, and in the Naruto verse too. And then in the One Piece world, I got Crocodile with the strength because he has to fight for his crew members. He doesn't want to lose what he has. And if Gaara's there, you know, coming in, you know, acting like he knows how to use sand, he'd be like, this sand brat's playing games with me. You know I can use that shit better than him. Strength, speed, but their strengths very like similar. That's why I do that sometimes, where you know I give the strength to this person in this scenario, and then I give it to them in the next scenario because their strength is very similar and comparable. But speed goes to Crocodile, in this fight as well. Just like last time, durability goes to Gaara, because he still has a sand shield around his skin. And then the, you know, other sand there, but, you know, more so the sand shield on his skin. This Crocodile can fuck around and manipulate that too. Maneuver around that. But endurance is Crocodile. One Piece characters know how to fight longer than Naruto characters, but not all, you know, Naruto characters, but this one for sure. And when it's in this scenario, it's definitely Crocodile got the endurance. Intelligence goes to Gaara. I already said because he's a Kage, and he's a Kage at a young age. You can't just be a stupid fuck. They would never allow some dumbass to run a village. You have to have a certain level of intelligence to do shit like that. You know, experience goes to Crocodile. Range or close skills go to Crocodile too. You know, Gaara has mostly, you know, range skills. He never goes up on somebody, you know. And then range skills still go to Crocodile too. Like if they're fighting on an island somewhere, he can my bad, he can pull out the, you know, moisture of things in the area. He can, you know, turn, you know, rock into sand. You know, he can do shit like that. Turn everything to dust, basically. Making more sand for him to fuck around with and for Gaara to play games with. But he'll come out on top because he himself is sand. You know, and he can't be trapped by Gaara. Like I said, he's already too fast for him. Recoup, I give it to Gaara. And then hacks, I got Crocodile. And then the range skills, I give it to, or not range skills, the environment goes to Gaara. Now here, you know, he gets the environment because the environment, if he falls in the water, he could still be alright, you know. But if Crocodile falls in the water, it's game over. But I already said he has experience in that world and other things, so I still give it to, you know, Crocodile 4-7, you know. And then in the other, you know, like I said, Crocodile wins both. It didn't matter if they were in the One Piece world or in the One Piece world or Narutoverse, you know, Crocodile's gonna win, you know, mid to high diff. But be cool, call on the corner.